I don't think a lot of people really understand the difference between being lonely and being alone. For me, from my understanding, being alone is more so physical. So I live right now in my apartment alone. I am physically alone here in this apartment. Being lonely is a internal feeling. And honestly, that is something that I have had to battle against in my life thus far. I'm not going to speak negativity over my life because I do think that that state of being is going to change quickly and soon. But if I'm looking back at my previous experiences, I can recall so many times where I've been in a room full of people and still feel lonely. And the only way that I can properly describe that feeling of loneliness, it is like being in a dark, cold room and there's no door, there's no way out. Like it's just straight up darkness and cold, like a hole. And honestly, it's similar to that feeling of me being in that depression hole that I like to call it, quote unquote, where if you continue to settle in that feeling, you will sink deeper and deeper into that hole. Now, from my understanding, working with my therapist and also looking up what this means online, I've come to the realization that this stems from childhood trauma. This stems from not having my emotional needs met when I was a child, not getting that nurturing and caring that I needed, but then also growing up just being misunderstood. And I know I'm not the only one. I know, especially, I keep going back to it as it relates to the African perspective growing up. It just bothers me how so many of us deal with loneliness and we don't talk about it. We don't address it. Because as I've been making these videos, I've had more and more people reaching out to me and telling me, oh my gosh, I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one. So if you can identify with anything that I'm saying, just know that that feeling will go away, of course, with time and work